We are live. We are live. We are live on Facebook. Hello, beautiful humans. Just waiting 1 minute for some of you to join live. And if you are here, please let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. I'm sure if you can't, soon enough, someone will comment and let me know. Okay, beautiful humans. So I'm going to start this transmission sharing with you some of the incredible downloads that I've been receiving while in Bali and in Ubud. I'm also going to share a transmission from the Arcturians and an invitation for you to join us. When I arrived in Ubud, I was picked up by an incredible driver who also happens to be one of the most powerful healers I have met, which was actually referred to me by my dear friend Vuja and Shandon, which some of you may know. And in our conversation, we were in the car for probably over an hour. And I asked him, what is a spiritual teaching that you believe the world needs to hear? And he shared with me such a simple yet profound teaching, which he learned from his guru, which in his own terms has already returned home. And in his terms, returning home means this physical vessel passing away. And he said that, he asked me, Rubia, how empty are you? How empty are humans? Because there's a lot of humans, there's a lot of people trying to manifest, to receive more, to have more, to know more. We're consuming a lot of content, a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. Like we consume. So we just want more. And he said that because we are so full of what is not serving us, no matter how much we are trying to consume and receive more and more, we are not able to receive that because we are too full of stuff that it's not aligned. So he said that his powerful guru said, work on emptying yourself daily, emptying yourself of what it's not serving you. And I had a beautiful conversation with a beautiful soul yesterday who told me that they're not advanced enough. And I laughed because this person is so advanced in so many different ways, has done master's degrees, studied, very powerful healer, counselor, coach, you name it. And she said that she wants to strengthen her connection to her guides, to her galactic beings, to source and receive more. And I said, the problem is not that you are not connected. You are so powerful and connected. The problem is what's on the way of you fully seeing your potential, of you truly remembering who you are and believing in yourself and what's already there. And I know that this serves to so many of you that are watching this live, that are here now live or watching the replay. So it's not about strengthening your connection. It's about what's removing you from perceiving that connection on a deeper level. It's all the programming of society that imagination is not real, that we are making it up, that we need XYZ degree in order to be worthy to share our gifts with humanity and the world, and doing it in a way where we are thriving, not surviving. And when I say thriving, is that we are receiving beautifully for that work. And speaking with my dear friend healer in Ubud. And he said, Rubia, if you think about numbers, and this blew my mind. And then we had a laugh that he's like, wow, this conversation got really deep, really fast, didn't it? I said, of course it did. And he said, Rubia, if you think about numbers, think about you have the number 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. But if you get the 1 and you put a 0 in front of it, then another 0, then another 0, 0, 0, 0, you have this huge number. You have 1,000, you have 100,000, you have 1,000,000, because you're putting the zeros in front of it, because it's empty. So it's big, it's expansive, it expands. So that's what he meant by the more you zero yourself, the more you empty yourself, the more you expand. And it sounds so simple, yet it's not that simple, because humans love to overcomplicate things, as the Arcturians will say. It's not simple, because I ask you, and for those of you that are live, please let me know if any of this is making sense. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying this, if this is making sense, if it's resonating. Because nowadays, our attention is being called in so many different directions. And there's so much consumerism in all levels. And our attention is one of our most powerful currency, is where we put our attention. Because our attention is creating realities on an individual level and on a collective level. So the chaos that we see out in the world has not just been created by the people in those regions that are chaotic. It has also been created by our attention feeding those realities. So there is so much distraction. Are you able to sit down in silence, listening to the madness, to the chaos of your mind, and allow yourself to be emptied? And are you able to put yourself in situations, in settings, in groups where we are working on going to the depths of your being, descending into your being, into what is not serving you, the ancestral trauma, the childhood trauma, the societal programming. And as you remove that, or as you integrate that, as you bring clarity to that, then all that you've been receiving, the downloads, the channeling, the connection with your guides, with Creator, with Source, can then expand and be shared with the world. So beautiful souls, I would love to see more of you courageously sharing what you have been receiving, getting out of those boxes that you have put yourself in, so that you can be easily digested by society and accepted by society. And I have to vulnerably share with you that a lot of things that I have done has not been because I was very confident or because I have really high self-esteem. Because a thing that I worked on a lot in my life, and I will still work, because the layers of the onion, it's always been peeled, right? So there's different layers to our healing journey. It's confidence and self-esteem. So even though when there was no confidence and the self-esteem wasn't high, I just knew in my heart that I had to take aligned action. And what it required of me was courage. I courageously took action, even when it made no rational sense, even when there was fear, even when I was stepping into the unknown and not knowing if things were going to rationally work out. But in my heart, I knew I had to do it. And I had courage to do it. And then I was tested on all the things that I was afraid of. And you know what happened? It paid off. Because today, here I am, sitting in Ubud, in an incredible place, in an incredible villa. Just 1 week, just over a week away from running an international retreat called Starseed. That was courage. It was not confidence, it was courage. And then the confidence came with it. So my question to you is, because I would love for you to really take aligned action from this conversation today, is what action can you take in the next 48 hours that requires courage from you, not necessarily confidence, courage, that's going to get you one step closer to whatever it is that you're calling in. No excuses, no excuses. If there's excuses, yes, but I'm a single mother, or yes, but I want to see your comments, so I'm opening my computer to see your comments. Someone in there said it's like to talk about me. Hello, lovely. I can't see your comments on my phone, but I can see on the computer, so please comment. Insert here excuse. Oh, I'm not able now because of this. I'm not able now. Those very things have been serving you from staying in your comfort zone. Money is a huge one. I love when people talk about, oh, I can't because I don't have the money, and then the money magically appears. The money's always there. The moment that you stop using those stories to serve your narratives that are holding you back, and I say this with so much love, then you can quantum leap into this reality, into whatever it is that you're calling in. And it's about taking aligned action without needing to be perfect. Your post doesn't need to be perfect. Your showing up doesn't need to be perfect. Website, oh my God, if I hear one more time that you need to have your website sorted, you don't need to have your website sorted. I know people that run incredible, successful mission business using Google Docs, which is free. So you don't need a website. And Ineta said, we love excuses. Yeah, I can see your comments now. I'm so happy. Kim said, so much going on around me on so many levels. Yes, and I love that you said that. Thank you for sharing, Kim, because life keeps happening. When I launched the Starseed Retreat in Bali, I had so much going on. I had a dear family member in Brazil going through surgery. Like it was life risking. Family member sick. A dear friend of mine really sick as well. Just chaos. People having, babies and health problems. Life doesn't stop for our mission. And I had my own stuff coming up about doing a retreat, because when you do a retreat, dear ones, you have no idea what's going to happen. You don't know if people is going to join. You don't know if everything's going to work out. It requires so much faith and trust, like everything else in life. And it just requires you to, okay, observe everything that is happening in your life right now. I have all of these things happening in my life, and I have space to do my mission here. Because if you say, I want to do my mission, I want to go to the next level, but that's it. That's the end of it. That but I have kids, but I'm a single mother, but I don't have the money, but insert the but that you've been saying for a long time here. It's the thing that's holding you back. It's asking life for support, asking for what you want, what you need, and show up unapologetically because the world needs it. Imagine if I decided to never ever show up and channel the Arcturians and be in a podcast that literally landed on my inbox because I was showing up, that has now over 250,000 views. Imagine there's at least 100,000 lives that have received something from the information the beautiful Arcturians and I shared on that podcast. Imagine the amounts of lives that have been changed. And I say this so humbly, because I chose to courageously show up. So I call you forth to do the same, because now more than ever, humanity needs you and your gifts to be shared. And Kim said, I need to show up for myself. I'm just going to allow what the Arcturians want to share about what's happening in the world. I'm going to channel their message, probably not trans-channel. I invite you to tune into your heart. You may close your eyes if you like to receive these messages. Really tuning into your heart, taking a couple of deeper breaths and allowing yourself to receive on a deeper level everything that I've shared today. Beautiful souls, we know that there is so much chaos happening in your planet right now. And we would like to remind you that planet Earth has different realms. It has lower realms, middle realms, and higher realms of existence, where multiple different realities are happening simultaneously. So know that wherever it is that you're putting your attention into, you are feeding those realities. And we want to say, please do not ignore the chaos, the madness, the wars, what is happening. We are saying, focus on it and say, how can I contribute to change what is happening on the planet? How can I show up today that is going to support this place to become a better place, that is going to support end wars not to happen, wars to end? So I'm going to look at what's happening and I'm going to take action. And instead of feeding your attention to that for 12 hours a day, for example, watching news, talking about it, feeding those realities, you will observe it for a short period of time, and then the rest of the time that you could be focusing on that, what is an action that you can take that is going to allow you to show up for yourself and for your mission, sharing your gifts with humanity, however way it is that you share your art with the world. It may be channeling, it may be trans-channeling, and it may be singing, it may be dancing, it may be turning on your camera and speaking the truth of your heart and saying, I go through tough times too, like every single human does. And I also show up for what I love the most. What you do on an individual level right now is crucial for the ascension and evolution of humanity. And you know that there is a gift inside of your heart that most likely you may take for granted because it comes to you so naturally. And that is what you share. And there is only one way to find out. It's by taking action, because there is no such thing as wrong action or making a mistake or failure. All there is feedback, is life experience and receiving feedback. Oh, that worked out. That didn't work out. Let me try that again. You are so guided, so supported. Your beautiful guides, God, Creator, Source, is with you all the time. Come back to your heart, to meditation, to walking, to moving your body, so that you can empty yourself and so that you can receive what's been there the whole time, so that codes of remembrance can be activated. Dear soul, we remember you and we invite you to do the same. We want you to know that what you do, the action that you choose to take, matters. Imagine if all the beautiful souls around the world with a mission in their heart, with gifts, soul gifts, that are currently not fully sharing right now. We will give you a number. Let's say that there's 1,000,000 of you on this planet right now not sharing. Imagine if you just started today in the best way that you can, receiving feedback from life. That would be 1,000,000 light workers, mission souls, star seeds, more souls, 1,000,000 more sharing their light with the whole planet. And you can bet 100% that that would have a huge positive impact on humanity right now and what is happening on the planet right now, that so many of you are afraid. Have no fear. Know that you are always guided and supported. And no matter what chaos happens on the planet, you've got this, dear souls. Your life here is temporary. Remember this. So make the most of it. We are sending you so much love and with you always. Thank you, beautiful souls, for receiving that message from our beautiful councils of light. Please let me know in the comments if this resonates, if this is supportive. There is never a right time. In chaos, even though chaos can be so uncomfortable at times, like what is happening on the planet right now and in the Middle East, a lot of the times that is happening to wake us up, because sometimes we do wait for, excuse my French, shit to hit the fan before we take action. How much longer are we going to wait? We don't need to wait. The time is now. It's never going to be perfect. Trust me. Recovering perfectionist over here. Beautiful souls. I trust that you received this message with so much love in your heart. And I would like to invite you, if you're feeling the call, to empty yourself of what is not serving you, so that you can fully allow the transmission of your soul. Allow yourself to become a living transmission of your soul mission, and receive live channeling sessions from the Arcturians, where you can ask them questions, breathwork activations, and go into a waterfall in Ubud and receive healing from our powerful local healer. Joko is his name. He is the one that shared the message about emptying yourself. And activate your crystalline nervous system so that you are able to really expand and be sitting in the madness of life while showing up. Connecting with your cosmic blueprint, really tuning in. What is it? What really is that you came here to share with the world? And be supported in that. Whether that's channeling, holding women's circles on the beach, fire ceremonies, plant medicine, it could be dancing, it could be singing. It's your art. It's always going to be supported. I invite you to come and join an incredible community of like-minded souls. Me, the Arcturians, and other incredible galactic beings in Ubud from the 28th of June to the 2nd of July. And I'm already here, and oh my goodness, the day after I arrived, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, a volcano erupted the day I was doing some grid work on the land as we were doing a photo shoot. And a volcano erupted in a different island. So the earth is alive. I was connected to Gaia here. And Gaia in Ubud said, thank you. Thank you for this co-creation. And thank you for hearing the call. Because when I received the intuitive nudge to do Starseed in November last year, I said, okay, first I didn't want to do it because I was like, too much work. Why would I want to run a retreat if I have a successful business online? And then I said, okay, I'll do it. And I said, I'm going to do it in Australia. No, you have to do in Bali, and it has to be to Ubud, and it has to be in a private, exclusive villa. I was like, wow, okay. And now that I'm here, the land is saying, thank you for hearing the call. And I did it without knowing people were going to come. And beautiful souls are coming. Yay! And I've had 2 people tell me in the last couple of days, Rubia, you are doing what I wanted to do. I have thought about doing this, or I have planned on doing this, and I didn't. So I really also hope that this inspires you to take the aligned action that you want to take. And I share with you vulnerably and authentically that it has not been easy. And I genuinely feel like I'm collecting the fruits now from going through almost like a dark night of the soul initiation to be here. It's worth it. Let me tune in, see if there's anything else I want to share with you before I go. And if you feel the call to join Starseed, let's have a chat. You can message me and we can chat. There's no pressure. I don't do pressure. I chat to you and see, will this actually serve you? So yes, you can send me an email or a message on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, one last message. I've been hearing a lot also. I feel like from other beautiful souls, I feel like I still have work to do on myself. Or I feel like I'm not advanced enough. I feel like my galactic connections are only new, therefore I am back of the class. Or I need to do more work on myself. Or I'm not advanced enough. I hear this from so many people. And I would like to say that it's not that you need more connection or you need to know more or that your intuition needs to be strengthened. It's just is that you need to just have courage to go and do the thing that you want to do without waiting until you're feeling advanced enough or that you have enough skills, because you already do. Trust me, you already do. It's something that I've been hearing from so many of you. So I wanted to bring that forward today. Anyway, beautiful humans, there's 10 of you live. Hello. Who are you all? I can't see who you are. Say hi. Thank you so much for joining. That was awesome channeling the beautiful Arcturians. It was like a mixture of channeling and trance channeling. They were here, but not full here. You know how they change and they're moving, and my accent changes a lot. So that was awesome. I'm sending you all so much love. And love you, Kim. Hello, Kimberly. There's a Kim and a Kimberly. And sending you all so much love and homework, home play. What is an aligned action that you're going to take in the next 48 hours that's going to be part of a series of aligned actions that is going to completely change your life. Sending you all so much love. Mwah.